Hello, everybody. Welcome to my LinkedIn Live. My name is Jen Levine. I am a success mentor. I help people set big goals and then I help them reach them without giving up on themselves. And I'm so glad you're here today. I apologize for being a few minutes late. I got a nosebleed, so hopefully got my box of Kleenex. Hopefully I'll be able to get through this next few minutes here with you today. So thank you for being here with me this morning. We are going to be talking about the self-doubt roadblocks that may be keeping you stuck from moving forward with your goals. And we are entering a very crucial time of the year because we are coming up to the summer months. We are far enough away from the beginning of the year that our motivation is starting to lag a little bit. And because summer is coming, some of us may be feeling the urge to maybe take it easy or kind of pull back on our goals, whether this is something we want to do consciously or not. My goal today is to be able to teach you what the self-doubt roadblocks are that you may be experiencing and not even know it, explain to you why they are so common and that everybody who does hard things experiences them, and teach you ways to help you get unstuck by teaching you some detour routes around the self-doubt roadblocks. So let's get started by talking about what are the self-doubt roadblocks. The self-doubt roadblocks are essentially tricks that our primal brain uses to keep us from leaving our comfort cave. Because the primal brain is that ancient part of our brain that loves to keep us in our comfort cave. It has three goals for us: keep us safe, keep us alive, and keep us lazy. And so anytime that we are thinking of doing something big or unusual or something out of the bounds of what we would normally do, the primal brain starts to get a little nervous because it thinks that whatever it is you're going to be doing is going to bring you harm. It does not have any rationality to it. So it thinks anything that is out of the common behaviors that you do, they think that is essentially life affecting, life risking behavior, and it wants to put a stop to it. So what you will often find when you set out to work on a big goal or to do something that you've never done before is you'll have a lot of momentum at the beginning because you'll be very excited and you'll be very focused on this great big thing you're going to do. But when you start to do the work and you get into what I call the messy middle, which is that middle point in your goal journey where the work starts to become work and the motivation starts to lag, you are very likely to experience a self-doubt roadblock. And when you experience one of these self-doubt roadblocks, remember, the only goal of the self-doubt roadblock is to do whatever is necessary to get you to stop moving forward and get back into your comfort cave. So let's talk about it. What are some of the very common self-doubt roadblocks? First one, and one that I see with a lot of the clients that I work with, a lot of the goal setters that I work with, is perfectionism. And perfectionism is a feeling that you get when you feel that you have to do A+ work or you don't do it at all. And when you are struggling with perfectionism, you are really, really hard on yourself, and that keeps you from moving forward. So in essence, what you're doing is when you start to experience some perfectionism, you just stop yourself in your tracks and you stop moving forward. You go back to your comfort cave and your primal brain is happy because it can keep you safe, alive, and lazy. Now, another one of the self-doubt roadblocks is comparison. Do I have any comparison friends out there? I bet I do. So let's talk about what is comparison in terms of a self-doubt roadblock. When you're comparing or when you're struggling with comparison, you are looking at others as a marker of where you feel you should be. Now, the problem with this is you're always going to feel behind if you are someone who struggles with comparison because you're looking at people who are far ahead of you in the process. And it's very easy to forget that you're probably not even working on the same exact goal. You are a unique person. You're a unique individual. The person you're comparing yourself to is a unique individual as well. Your journeys are going to look totally different, right? So when we are tempted to look at others and compare ourselves to them, that again is the primal brain's way of saying that we don't measure up. Stop trying to do what you're doing. Get back here to the comfort cave. Okay, another self doubt roadblock is confusion. Confusion. And what this looks like for a goal setter is that they set a goal and then they don't know what to do. They don't know what actions they need to take. They don't know how to start. They don't know, all of a sudden their offer, which seemed so clear to them at one time, now is a little bit fuzzy. The people they serve, they're not clear on that. They keep looping and looping and looping. I call this spinning in the luxury of confusion, because as long as you can stay stuck in, I don't know what to do, you don't have to move yourself forward. And that is one of the roadblocks that the primal brain loves to use to keep you from moving forward. Okay. Another one of the roadblocks is imposter syndrome. And imposter syndrome affects a lot of us. It affects me, it affects a lot of the clients that I work with. Basically, imposter syndrome is feeling unqualified or unworthy of your success. It's when you feel like a fake and you worry that you might be found out. So let's say you are starting to work on a goal, and I'm going to use the example of writing a book. Let's say you are working on writing a book, and all of a sudden you start hearing whisperings in the back of your mind of, you're not a writer, or no one's going to read this because what you're writing isn't making any sense. You start hearing all this doubt, and it's just weighing you down and making you feel terrible. That is imposter syndrome at play. Your primal brain is hoping that you feel bad enough about yourself that you stop moving forward and you get back to your comfort cave. Okay. The fifth self doubt roadblock that I see a lot is negative self talk. Negative self talk. This is a very, very, very popular one. Negative self talk is just that. It is an endless chatter in your head that only points out what you're doing wrong, what you're doing wrong. And it points out also what could go wrong. If you are thinking about doing something hard, right away, your brain is going to give you every single thing that could go wrong, right? However, just as easily as something could go wrong, something could go right. But your primal brain doesn't want you to see that. So that negative self-talk is just its way of kind of beating you down and getting you exhausted so that you go back to your comfort cave. And finally, the sixth self-doubt roadblock that I see a lot of goal setters struggle with is procrastination. Any procrastinators out there? Procrastination is a self-doubt roadblock because it means we never start working on our goal journey. We keep putting it off, or maybe we do start on our goal journey, but we struggle as we go along to actually take action and make things happen. Okay. Now, what's really going on with procrastination is that anytime you do something new or something hard, there is going to be discomfort. It is going to be uncomfortable, and it should be, because you've never done it before, right? So the primal brain loves to use procrastination as a way of getting you to and put off starting and put off doing your work, because it tells you that, oh, you can do it tomorrow or you can do it later. But guess what happens when you go back tomorrow or later to do that thing? It's going to be telling you again. And its goal is to keep you from ever starting. If you keep delaying it enough, maybe you're going to forget about it, or maybe you're going to say, well, it must not have been that important, and you just quit. So those are the 6 big self-doubt roadblocks. I'll go through them again. Perfectionism, comparison, confusion, imposter syndrome, negative self-talk, and procrastination. So if you are experiencing or have experienced any of those, I would love if you would share in the chat right now and just kind of let me know and let others know. And the reason that I would love to have some input on that is because I want people to realize that they are not alone. Anyone who is doing something big and working on a big goal struggles with self-doubt roadblocks. We need to normalize it because whenever we leave our comfort cave, your primal brain is going to get nervous. It is just a fact. And this is how it keeps you from moving forward. So now that you know what some of the self-doubt roadblocks are, I want to give you some tips that you can use for detours to go around the self-doubt roadblocks. And hopefully these will help you in getting yourself unstuck and moving forward. The first one that I like to recommend and that I use myself is the power of visualizing success. Take some time every day to visualize your journey, to visualize getting whatever goal it is that you are after. Because when you do that, what's happening is you are creating a mental roadmap for your brain to follow. So when it gets to the point where it might be confused or it might be feel an urge to compare, what's going to happen is it's going to say, oh, wait, I already know what I'm doing. I'm just going to stick here on my route, on my journey, and I'm going to just keep moving ahead. Visualizing is a very, very powerful tactic to use to get yourself unstuck. Another tactic that I recommend is to actually make a plan and write that plan out. Now, a lot of times when we work on goals, we'll have a plan or we'll have an idea, but we keep it in our head. And the problem with that is that when you leave it in your head and you don't have it on paper, your brain is going to start playing tricks with it. It's going to conveniently forget part of it. It's going to use part of it for imposter syndrome. And when that happens, it's easy to forget where it is that you are going and what you need to do. So one of the things that I like to do is to write my plan out in my journal. I even go so far as to write the plan out every day. If I'm working on a big goal, I write out the steps I need to take. That way I am leaving no space whatsoever for my brain to get confused about what to do next. Another thing that you can do is go back and reconnect with your why, your deep why behind wanting what you want. And when you connect with that deep why, I want you to add some excitement to it. Add some excitement towards that goal. Imagine yourself having already achieved it. The reason that you want to add excitement into the vibration that you're feeling about your goal is whatever you are feeling is going to help guide your thoughts. It's going to help guide your actions. If you are feeling dread or fear about a goal, guess where that's going to lead you? Not to the destination you're looking for. So get excited about your goal. Get excited about it being a reality, because if you do these things, it is going to be so much easier and so much faster for you to be able to get to where you want to go. Finally, nope, I have two more. Number 4 is to make some deposits in your self-trust bank. And if you have been following me for a while, you know what the self-trust bank is. If you don't, I will tell you it is a imaginary bank that you have inside of you in your head, where anytime you take action towards something that you said you were going to do, you get to make a small deposit in your self-trust bank. And what you're doing when you're making these deposits is you're showing yourself that you are reliable. Okay. So when you're getting the urge to procrastinate and you don't procrastinate, you actually sit down and do the work, you are making a deposit in your self-trust bank. Now, this matters because when it is time to do something big and hard, you can make a withdrawal from your self-trust bank because you'll be able to pull out of that balance all the experience and all the confidence that you are someone who does what they say they are going to do. This is so important for a goal setter. Having a nice, big, fat self-trust bank will make your goal journey so much easier. Now, finally, the last tip I have to help you get unstuck and get you to move forward is to get support. Never underestimate the power of support. Your primal brain would love for you to do everything alone because it's so much easier to just quit on ourselves or let ourselves down. But we are so much less likely to do that when there is somebody else watching our journey and helping us through this. So get yourself an accountability partner or a friend that can check in with you, someone that you can talk to when things get going rough. Work with a coach to help clear up any messy thoughts that come up as a result of your primal brain. Also, working with someone else and getting support is amazing for brainstorming because sometimes your brain gets stuck in a certain track and you don't see all the options around you. Working with someone else, they can say to you, hey, have you considered this? Or what about this? Or what about that? Having somebody there with you to be able to offer other ideas for you is priceless. So let me review those tips for getting yourself unstuck. Visualize success. Make a plan and actually write it out. Reacquaint yourself with your why and get super excited about it. Make lots of deposits in your self-trust bank and get yourself support. Now, if you are ready to do this work, I want to tell you about a very special offer that I have coming up for a free workshop on Thursday, May 23rd. It's called the Summer SOAR Workshop. And I came up with this workshop because of my time in the classroom. For those of you who don't know, I used to be a teacher. I was a teacher for 9 years. And there's something in education called summer slide, which is the amount of learning that students lose over the course of the summer months. They lose about 2 months of their learning time if they're not actively engaging in learning over the summer. I believe the same thing can happen to people who are in business or to people who are working on big goals. If you don't keep going and keep that momentum moving, what happens is you regress. And then you come back to work or back to your goals in September, and you've got to start over basically from square one again. I don't want that to happen to you. So I want to help you make a plan for your summer. And that's what we're going to be doing in the Summer SOAR Workshop on May 23rd. I'm going to teach you how to work less this summer and get better results. Okay, this is not going to be about grinding it out in the summer because I like to enjoy my summer too, right? So I want to make sure and I want to help you do the same. I want you to enjoy your summer and your free time and still make traction towards your goals. And the reason you're going to do this is because we are going to figure out what exactly you need to focus on to keep yourself moving forward. We're going to identify the things that are needle movers for you, and we're going to focus on those. And that's exactly what you're going to learn in the Summer SOAR Workshop. So if you are interested in the Summer SOAR Workshop, it is absolutely free. Just put the word SOAR in the comments, and I will send you the information so that you can get registered. Again, it is completely free, but it will really help change the trajectory of your goals and help you enjoy your summer so much more. All right, my friends, thank you for being here today. I really appreciate you spending a few minutes with me today to learn about the self-doubt roadblocks. And I hope whatever it is you try, that you get yourself unstuck and you keep yourself moving forward. I hope to see you in the Summer Slide Workshop on May 23rd. In the meantime, go set some goals and let's go get them.